listening to Her Profit Era, the podcast for founders who want a business that actually works. A business that's profitable, predictable, and pays them well. I am Cindy Kumar, a CPA, a fractional CFO from Abbotsford, BC, Canada. I'm the person founders call when they're tired of high revenue months with no money left over. I started this podcast because too many founders were chasing sales while their margins, cash flow, and bank accounts told a completely different story. I believe profit and money in the bank is the standard, not a bonus, and that every founder deserves clarity around their numbers. Each week, you'll get real financial strategy you can actually use and honest conversations with founders and industry experts about what it really takes to build a business that lasts. Let's talk about money stress. Not the kind of you see on spreadsheets, but the kind that you actually feel in your body. If you've ever thought, I make decent money, so why do I still feel broke and tense? Then this episode is for you. I was recently featured in the winter edition of the Hope Wellth Magazine, and the piece focused on something I constantly see in the work that I do. I can usually sense a woman's stress in her finances before she even says a word to me. The late invoices, maxed out credit cards she plans to deal with next month, underpaying herself because money always feels uncertain. There's always never enough in the bank account, regardless of how much she's making in revenue and sales. And every time, the same truth shows up. This isn't just about money. It's about the body carrying the business and your beliefs about money. By age 7, your beliefs around money have already formed, whether you realize it or not. So money stress doesn't start with bad math. It starts with the nervous system that never feels safe. If you overspend, you probably overgive. If you avoid your numbers, you probably avoid rest too. If you run your business from survival mode, your body is always doing the same as well. I see this so often. Everyone's so in scarcity, panic mode, and women who look successful on paper always feel like they're behind with their money and everything behind the scenes. They're earning, they're working hard, but they're always exhausted and reactive. Most of us were taught that safety comes from working harder and sacrificing more. So when money feels tight, we feel the need to push. We need more sales, we need to take on more clients. We delay rest, and we tell ourselves it's just a busy season, but every month ends up being the same. And all that does, it trains your nervous system to live in constant stress. From that place, you can't think clearly or make long-term decisions. You're basically just surviving month to month. And that's what scarcity really is, not just in your bank account, but in your body. Now, I used to believe my most profitable seasons were the ones where I worked the hardest, my tax season. But actually, when I reflected on my 2025 finances, I went through everything month by month. My highest earning months never came from my tax season, never came from when I felt burned out and felt like I was working hard. They came when I was rested, grounded, and regulated. By being more rested, scheduling weekly money dates, I was able to bill my clients 3 months ahead of time compared to where I was billing them in 2024. Just because I gave myself the space and scheduled weekly money dates, I started planning every quarter out ahead of time. Even now, I have my 2026 all mapped out. I know exactly when I'm taking time off, when I'm getting paid for my clients, what type of clients I'm working with, which ones I need to get more of, what services I'm selling. Like all of that stuff is planned out ahead of time because I gave myself the space to do it. And then money flows easily when your body feels safe. That really shifted how I run my business and how I teach money to my clients. Now, I worked with a client making over $500,000 a year. From the outside, she looked successful. Behind the scenes, she was exhausted, living month to month and putting everyone else first. But if you saw her social media, her highlight reels, you would never guess that. So once we mapped out her spending, it was really clear. Her business was supporting everyone else but her. Her lack of boundaries with money mirrored her lack of boundaries with time and energy in all aspects of her life. When she started paying herself consistently and protecting her rest like it was a non-negotiable meeting, things really shifted. Not just her cash flow, but her confidence and creativity. Now, this is the framework I teach: clarity, control, cash flow. So clarity is really taking a step back and asking yourself, what am I currently doing or what's happening in my life, my business that isn't serving me? So it's actually understanding what's happening with your money rather than avoiding it. So this is where you scheduling weekly money dates. By doing this, you're able to see how much money is coming in for the week, how much is going out, where you're spending it. Also, if you want to invest more in your professional development, take more time for vacations, maternity leave, start planning for retirement now, that's where the clarity piece comes in. You need to know how much money you need for those areas and how much you need to start putting away in different savings accounts, for example. Now, control is systems and boundaries. So what needs to change so you can have money for retirement, money for your vacations, money for your professional development, money for your maternity leave? So it's the structure that actually supports you. And cash flow is the result of clarity and control. So once you make those changes, you monitor it, you track it, the result is cash flow. You're going to end up with more money in those different buckets depending on what your goals are. So cash flow is about what happens when clarity and control work together. When money stops feeling heavy and starts feeling more manageable. And I really want this for all of you. So this is exactly why I'm co-hosting a money magnetism workshop. I'm hosting it with Raminder Hare. We did an episode together in season 1. I'm sure you remember her from that episode. She's going to focus more on like the nervous system regulation, mindset. We'll all be talking more about the everyday strategies you can implement in your business and in your personal life so that you never feel like you're struggling with money. So this workshop is for women who make money but still feel tense about it. You avoid it. Women who avoid their numbers, feel stuck in push mode all the time, and are just tired of carrying everything alone. You feel ashamed and you don't want to talk about it or know who to even talk to. So it's not a budgeting workshop. It's a space to understand the relationship between your nervous system, your numbers, and how you can make financial decisions. You'll leave with more clarity around your money patterns, practice tools you can use immediately, and a calmer relationship with your finances. Because you'll see in the online world, everyone's just saying, manifest this, say these affirmations to get rich. But the reality is you can say all the affirmations, you can manifest, but if you're never looking at your bank account, then why would the $1 million come? Like, you're just repelling your money. Instead, you need to understand where those beliefs around money are coming from, and easy actionable steps like scheduling weekly money dates and the impact of doing it on a consistent basis is going to have for you, because the more you start doing something, the easier it becomes. And You can say that you've tried everything, it doesn't work. But the reality is, have you spent at least 90 days working on your finances? Have you scheduled weekly money dates for 90 days? Chances are you haven't. You're just focusing on the sales number and what's in your bank account, but you're missing out on so much clarity on the other aspects of understanding your finances. And that is why I'm so passionate about the work that I do, and that there is such a lack of awareness on how to do this for the long term in simple ways because of all the scarcity and the programming we've had from society, our family, the way we grew up. And I really just want to create a space where we can openly talk about this and we can support more women to have a healthy relationship with their finances. So money isn't just math. It's safety, it's self-respect, and it's capacity. When your nervous system and your numbers are in sync, you stop chasing stability and start building it. So this Money Magnetism workshop is going to be on Saturday, February 21st, 2026, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Sandman Langley Signature in Langley, BC. So if you're in the Lower Mainland or from Vancouver, I would love to have you there. I've linked the tickets in the show notes, so you can check that out. If you do have questions, you can send me a DM on Instagram. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And the goal is to just help more women get a better relationship with money. That's all, to feel safer with their money. And we will have like a vision board station. There will also be snacks and lunch. Reminder will be doing more nervous system, mindset work, a meditation, really helping you build a system and regulate your nervous system so that the money you want can actually show up and last for the long term. So that's it for this episode. If you found it helpful, share it with a friend who also needs to hear it. Also, if you have friends that are interested in the Money Magnetism workshop, or you feel like that would be a good fit, feel free to share the link with them as well. And I'll see you next time. If you're a founder who wants real strategy, not noise, and you want someone in your corner helping you build a business that feels aligned, is profitable, and actually supports your life, you can apply for CFO on Call. This is my one-on-one financial partnership for established founders, typically making between $500K to $2 million, who want clarity, who want structure and confidence with their numbers. The link is in the show notes, so you can schedule a profit strategy call, or you can DM me CFO on Instagram at @CindyKumar, and I'll send over all the details.